You didn't reply. You didn't explain. You didn't warn anyone. You just cut them off. You deleted contacts, muted group chats, stopped showing up, stopped trying. No one saw the breakdown. They only saw the disappearance. They called it coldness. They called it selfishness. But the truth is different. You walked away because staying hurt more, because every conversation became a demand, because every bond became a burden. You didn't want loneliness. You wanted emotional rest. You wanted to stop being strong all the time. You wanted to stop defending yourself. Here's what no one told you. Not every withdrawal is weakness. Sometimes it's the soul's last defense, before it breaks completely. So answer honestly. Did you cut everyone off because you can't love, or because you were always the only one loving? There's a pattern here, and it has a name. It's not coldness. It's chronic emotional exhaustion. You didn't cut people off because you don't feel. You did it because you felt too much. You felt for everyone, and no one felt for you. According to Eric Fromm, this happens when love becomes survival. You learn that to be accepted, you must adapt, stay quiet, shrink yourself. You become the understanding one, the one who tolerates everything, the one who forgives everything, until there's no one left to understand you. So the mind creates an exit. It's not maturity, it's not selfishness, it's desperate self-preservation. Cutting people off was the only way you knew to stop losing yourself again, trying to hold relationships where only you were giving. And when you withdraw, it's not because you don't need anyone. It's because you were never allowed to truly need. There's this strange silence now. It's not peace, but it's not chaos either. It's an in-between. And this is where something starts to shift. Here's the illusion that trapped you for years. You thought you were choosing maturity, but you were choosing self-erasure. Again, you called it peace, but it was fear of conflict. You called it independence, but it was giving up on being cared for. You believed cutting everyone off would make you strong, that needing no one was growth, that feeling nothing was control. None of that was true. You didn't isolate because you evolved. You isolated because loving always cost you too much. You always paid the full emotional price, alone. So your mind made a dangerous deal. If I don't connect, I won't get hurt. If I don't expect, I won't be disappointed. If I don't love, I won't bleed. But look at the cost. You don't feel pain, but you don't feel comfort either. You don't feel belonging. That's the trap. You traded rejection for absence, betrayal for emptiness, and called it protection. And now the question that hurts, did you walk away to heal, or to make sure you'd never need anyone again? If you're still here, it's not by accident. It's because this pain has a name and you're tired of pretending you don't feel it. This channel exists for those who no longer want to lose themselves trying to love the wrong way. Here, every story helps you understand why you suffer and what God is trying to teach you through it. Click the button now and subscribe. You don't have to go through this alone. God didn't step away when you shut down. He came closer because he knows this kind of pain, the pain of loving and not being received. Scripture says in Proverbs 4:23, above all else, guard your heart. It doesn't say harden it. It says guard it. You confused protection with isolation, but God never taught you to hide. He taught you discernment. He taught you where to stay. There's a reason for so many separations. Not everyone you lose is a loss. Some are quiet deliverances. Others are invitations to grow. Isolation wasn't the end. It was a forced pause. A moment where God removed the excess. To return your awareness, you weren't rejected by everyone. You were spared, because staying there would have cost your soul. And God does not bargain with that. And when you understand this, silence stops being emptiness. It becomes preparation. It becomes a passage. Now comes the part that takes courage. It's not about going back. It's not about reopening old doors. It's about doing it the right way. First action. Stop explaining yourself to those who never listened. You don't owe accessible versions of your pain. Those who demand constant explanations don't want understanding. They want emotional control. Second action. Pray so you no longer feel the need to prove yourself. Don't pray for people to change. Pray so you stop abandoning yourself. That changes everything. You don't need to reconnect with anyone right now. You need to reconnect with yourself, with your limits, with your truth. Healing is not returning to where you bled. It's learning not to bleed trying to please. It's conscious silence, not escape. When you do this, something inside reorganizes. Guilt starts to fall. Clarity begins to rise. It's not full peace yet, but it's no longer confusion. It's direction, and that's enough for now. Hey, if you got distracted, come back right now. What comes next is the most important part. Don't skip this. You didn't cut people off because you hate people. You did it because you were losing yourself in them, and no one explained that to you. Until now, you thought you were failing at love, but you were learning boundaries, in the most painful way, and the most honest one. Isolation wasn't your destiny. It was a stage, a place of inner reconstruction, not a permanent home. You weren't born to live alone, but you weren't born to disappear either. Love doesn't require self-erasure. It requires mutual presence. Now you begin to understand. It wasn't coldness. It was emotional survival, and God was there. You feared becoming hard, but you became clearer, more selective, more whole. And now, when someone comes close, they won't find emptiness. They'll find awareness, and that changes everything. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to our channel. Here, every story reveals why you suffer and what God is teaching you through it. Psychology to understand yourself, spirituality to understand the deeper why, and for you who stayed until the end of this video, leave a comment below, any word. Some promises only unfold when you choose not to stay silent anymore. You no longer need to run, or explain yourself, or prove strength. That's over. Isolation protected you when no one else did, but it's not your identity. It was a season that served its purpose, and now it can be released. You didn't walk away because you don't know how to love. You walked away because you loved without limits, without measure, without return. Now you understand something new. Not every broken bridge needs rebuilding. Some losses were protection, others were lessons. God didn't call you to live surrounded by people. He called you to live whole, with discernment, with truth. When you connect again, it won't be out of need, it will be by choice, and that changes everything. You didn't lose people. You lost versions of yourself that disappeared, that begged, that shrank. Now, whoever arrives will meet presence, boundaries, and peace. Silence. This time, it's not escape, it's rest, and you know it.